The next part, the next section of this lesson, religion, communalism, and politics. In the morning session, we have seen how the gender makes effect or in a gender, the relation of the politics is that if we want to solve the problem of the gender division, the representation of this faculty is a needing more. That was important there, so that we seen in the earlier session. Now we'll see to the next session, the religion, communalism, and politics. Religion, communalism, and politics. Religion, the gender is a universal division in a world and the earth, wherever you will go, there you will get these both divisions. Same, the male, female. This is the universal division. That is why it is said universal. About religion, it is different. Many countries, including India, have their population followers of different religion. Not only in India, but in the all over the world, many countries are following different religions, and there are followers of different religions also. Not only religion, the followers are also more. The religious differences are often expressed in the field of politics. It is completely against of the gender. The gender differences are not expressed in the politics. It's are kept away. We have seen with the bill or the representation. It's are tried to keep away. But the religious differences are oftenly expressed in the politics. Very contrast picture it is. The main factor is here. People should be able to express in politics their needs. They should be able to express in the politics needs, interest, and demands as a member of religious community. They should represent themselves as a representative of a religious community, but it is not happening. We'll see what is happening in the politics about the religion. This is we have seen already. The religion should be think in the politics. We cannot keep religion away from the politics. A very valuable statement is given by the Gandhiji. These are the points very important if we will think on it. Gandhiji used to say that religion can never be separated from politics. What do you think why he would say it in this way? He was trying to say he is not speaking about a particular religion, whether Hinduism, whether Islam, Christianity, or any other. He was trying to say here every religion gives values of the life, and that value should be adopted in the politics. That is why he stated in this way. The religion can never be separated from politics. Take meaning properly, interpret the meaning properly of this sentence. He was trying to say about the values of all religion. Again, one thing is found here. It is the survey made by the human rights groups. Human rights groups in our country have argued that most of victims of the communal riots, whenever communal riots are breaking out in the country, that time it is the survey or their argument. Most of victims of communal riot in our country are people from religious minorities. With their service or by their argument, they are trying to show the minorities are crushed or more victims in the communal riots. So maybe they are trying to say here the minorities are needing to protect. The another part is it is women's movement. They are argued that family laws of all religions discriminate against women. Any religion, whichever it is, in all religion, the women are discriminated. That is the question posed by the women's movement. So they arguing the family laws should be give equality to the women. I hope you understand these all 3 points. Take care, read it carefully, then you will understand again more. All these instances, these examples involves a relationship between religion and politics. This is all is saying about the relationship in between politics and religion. But they do not seem very wrong or dangerous. Ideas, and values drawn from different religions can be perhaps should play a role in a politics. The values, what was saying by the Gandhiji, it is said here. People should be able to express the politics, their needs, interests, and demands. As the member of the religious community, those who hold political power should sometimes be able to regulate the practice of religion so as to prevent discrimination and oppression. They should work in that way to prevent the discrimination. These political acts are not wrong as long as it treats every religion equally. Whenever the equality is there, in that way, there is no any wrong to follow the religion. Our constitution is giving right to every individual to follow your religion individually. There is no any restriction on any citizen or any religious community to not follow your own religion. That is why privately you can follow, but it should be not harmful to the all. But when it is harming to the all, the different kind of religion is arising, that is the communalism. The communalism, what is here? We'll see. Before studying the communalism, I would like to give you one example of the communalism, which you have studied last year in the class 9th history, Nazism. If you remember that Nazism is a way or a best example of the communalism. In communalism, what happening? One religion tries to dominate on the others. That communal people thinks my religion is the best and other religions are inferior. That time, this form is a dangerous in the society, comes in the politics. Okay, in detail we'll see. It is based on the ideas that religion is the principal basis of social community. The communalism, it is starts when people thinks the religion is the principle of the social community. Due to religion, the community is formed. And this is the strength of our community. This is the factor of our community. That time when people start to think, communalism starts. Remember about the Hitler. Followers of particular religion must belong to one community. When communalism is there, that time all the followers belongs to the same community, the one community. Different community people not coming together. they are belongs from one community only and same fundamental interest. Their fundamental interests are also same. Other interests are also there, but it's are ignored in the communalism, but the fundamental interests are same. It is enough, but again what happens? The problem begins when religion is seen as the basis of the nation. First, they think it is the principal basis of social community. Okay, same community people come together, fundamental interests are uh, secured. It's okay, but the real problem is here. It is harming to the other people. The problem begins when religion is seen as the basis of the nation. These people think, this community thinks, my religion is the base of this nation. That time it is harming to the others, other society or complete society. Not only the one community, other communal people are also getting affected to it. This picture is shown in your book also. It is showing हम तो ठहरे अजनबी कितनी मुलाकातों के बाद खून के धब्बे धुलेंगे कितनी बरसातों के बाद. The writer is trying to show here, since long time we are living together, but then also we are unknown to the each other. हम एक दूसरे को समझ ही नहीं पाए because of the religion. In the riots, many people are killed. Their blood is shedded there. That remain long time. कितनी बरसातों के बाद the blood will remain long time even after so many rains it said. This is the form of communalism. This is the way of communalism. Now the next part we will see what are the forms or communalism takes in the politics. This slide remain of the earlier part. The followers, they should be of the same religion. It was we were looking. If the followers of different religion have some commonalities, similarities. These are superficial or immaterial. If two communal groups are there, and there are some common factors or common interests are there, but it's are completely neglected or immaterial. That is why two communities are not going to come together. Only single community will be remain in the communalism. The extreme form of communalism lead to belief that people belonging to different religions cannot live as equal citizens with one nation. Before partition of India. After 1940, what picture was rose in the India, that is the same here. This is the extreme form of communalism. It leads to the belief that people belonging to different religions cannot live as equal citizens with one nation. They cannot live in a same nation. Their nation should be separate. People of one religion do not have the same interests and aspirations in every context. The fundamental interests are same, but every context they are not same. It means their views, their aspirations, their demands are crushed in the form of communalism. Maybe they belong from the same religion, but all interests are not same. Those who are belongs from the same religion. So many voices are crushed in the communalism of the same community also. This is trying to said here. Communalism can take various forms in a politics. This now we will start. How it works in the politics. The most common expression of communalism is in everyday beliefs. In everyday beliefs, the common expression of the communalism, the most common expression of communalism is in everyday belief. These routinely involves religious prejudices. The religious prejudices and stereotypes remain in the daily life. These community people should be in this way, or they behave in that way only. They are wrong, we are right. These are the common beliefs. They are following this God, we are following that God. These activities are followed in my community, that activities are not followed in that community. So these are the common beliefs followed in everyday life. Stereotypes of religious communities and beliefs in the superiority of one's religion over other religion. They always tries, one community, one religion always tries. My religion is the superior than the other, and other is an inferior. This is so common that we often fail to notice it, even when we believe in it. We are also part of this. May we deny, but we are also part of this section. But it should be not happen. Second, a communal mind often leads to a quest for political dominance of one's quest journey. Quest means journey. Here is the new word came in. A communal mind often leads to a quest for political dominance of one's own religious community. For those belonging to minority community, this takes the form of majoritarian dominance. What happened in Sri Lanka? The communal mind always trying to make majoritarian in the society, in the country, not only society, in a nationwide, in the politics, they tries to dominate. The majoritarian dominance for those belonging to the minority communities. It can take the form of desire to form a separate political unit. The minority feels this time we are not safe in this part. We are crushed in this part. So the separate nations are asked in such condition. Pakistan, already it has happened. In Sri Lanka also it was happened. The majoritarian tries to majority always trying to follow the majoritarian and the minorities. The Tamils were asking for the separate nation. So this is the part here. The next, political mobilization on a religious lines is another frequent form of communalism. In this case, in politics, the religion get place. The place is not weak, the place is very strong. In a politics, the religion is used to bring people together and to collect the vote bank. This is here. Political mobilization on religious lines is another frequent forms of communalism. How these people are using this one? This involves the use of sacred symbols. In politics, the sacred symbols are used. Religious leaders, emotional appeal, and plain fear in order to bring the followers of one religion together in the political area. In electoral politics, this often involves special appeal to the interests or emotions of voters of one religion in a preference to others. In politics, people are using the sacred symbols, religious leaders are touching to the emotions of the people. It is not the political parties are not trying to show the progress of the country. They try to show what happening, what is the need of our religious people. So political mobilization on religious lines is another frequent form of communalism. This is also communalism. Sometimes communalism takes its most ugly form of communal violence. It is not riots and the massacre. Following up the communalism, it is the taking an ugly form, that is the violence, riots and massacres. While India-Pakistan partition was took place, that time India experienced all these three, the violence, riots and massacre. That is why there was a large loss of the country or the humanity. Secular state. When we are looking about the communalism, it is our duty to understand whether it is followed in India or whether there is any legal base or not. There is no any legal base for the communalism in any country, but some people follows it. Secular state. Communalism was and continues to be one of the major challenge. Communalism was and continued to be one of the major challenge to democracy in our country. Maybe the constitutional remedies are there, then also it is a big challenge to the Indian democracy. Secularism is not just an ideology of some parties or person. It is not some parties are claiming they are secular, but it is not just an ideology of some parties. It is the base of Indian constitution. Last year we have studied one main feature of Indian constitution is secularism. India is a secular state. How could India is a secular state? We will see. There is no official religion of the Indian state. We have seen this from the 8th standard we are studying. There is no any official religion of the country. That is why India is the secular state. The constitution provides to all individuals and communities freedom to profess. It is allowed by the constitution to the all communities or to all individuals. That freedom it is allowed by the constitution to profess. Profess means can say, can spread the messages, practice and propagate any religion or not to follow it. You can follow your religion, you can follow others' religion, you can adopt any other religion, or you cannot be follow any religion. This is the freedom given to the every individual in the country by the constitution. That is why India is a secular country. The constitution prohibits discrimination on the ground of religion. No any citizen will be discriminated on the base of the religion, on the base of gender, on the base of economical status, region. This is we have also studied while studying the constitution. The constitution prohibits, limits, restricts. No one should be discriminated on the base of the religion. That is why India is the secular country. The constitution allows the state to intervene. This is another part. If something is wrong in a particular religion, that time the constitution allowed to the government, the state, to interfere in that matter. Abolition of the untouchability. This is the intervention of the state in the religion. One hand, but what is? It is prohibiting the discrimination. It is not allowing to the discrimination. For prohibition, it is needing to intervene. The constitution allows the state to intervene in the matters of religion in order to ensure equality within the religious community. the religions are not left as it is what they want to follow. If in a religious community, if inequalities are there, that time, if inequalities are there, that time state can be interfere in that particular religion. This is the meaning of the last